So, is Arthur buried on Glastonbury Tor? The stories of Arthur have come down to us through the years, through Geoffrey of Monmouth, who wrote in the 12th century, and Sir Thomas Mallory, who wrote in the 15th century. But the story of Arthur must be much, much older than that, much, much older. I like the idea that Arthur was a 5th century warlord, not a king, who had a warband, not knights, just a bunch of ruffians, not romantic medieval knights, because it was a much older story than that. A pagan king or pagan warlord before Christianity became established in these islands, or around about the time it was becoming established. And certainly not a Christian, the way he was portrayed in the later texts. I believe he fought bravely against the Saxons, pushing them back towards the east coast, won many brave battles, but ultimately lost the war. But the story has been embellished, and legends from other lands have been incorporated into the Arthurian legend. That's my take. There's a particular story from Ireland, much older than the Arthur story, about Finn MacCool, who has a warband called the Fianna, and they're supposed to be undead, but buried on Tara Hill in County Meath until such time as Ireland needs them again. And I think that's where the idea of Arthur being buried on Glastonbury Tor comes from, with his warband, his knights, if you like, waiting to be called when England needs them again, or Britain needs them again. I think in both cases they very much missed the boat, don't you? And there's another character that needs to be brought in here. Around about the same time as Arthur, Don Pelayo in what is now north of Spain, who fought against the Muslim invasion, the Moors, and begun the so-called reconquest, as the Moors were pushed further and further south. I think that's we're woven into the legends as well somehow. So what do you think?